Present online.
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Present po ma'am online. Thank you.
Present, ma'am, online.
Present online.
Present online.
Present online.
Present po, ma'am.
For minutes taker, Miss Sofia Paula Fulmaran,
Present po online.
Miss Sandra Serdan, Mr. Nathaniel Tordesillas, Miss Rita Linda Peleo. We also have observers, Mr. Chair, from the COA, from the IAS, from the DOTR, Mr. Abelardo Sore. We also sent our letter invitation to the PCCI and ASFI, and we also have our observer from the Procurement Division. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Present online, yes.
Mr. Chair, the second item of our agenda is the opening of bids for Butuan Airport Development Project, expansion of passenger terminal building, bid number 21-01607 Charlie, amounting to 22,347,533 pesos and 19 centavos, a DOTR downloaded project. May we request from the Secretariat if confirmation if we have received bids for this project?
Yes, sir. We received 3 bids from this project, sir. We have Bansoy Construction Supply, Jodel Construction Supply, and Big Joe's Enterprises, sir. And they also have representatives outside, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, Ma'am Vani, may we request the bidders to be admitted at the same time to allow them to enter in the conference room?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Secretariat, please.
Also, please admit our bidders online. Do we have a bidder online? If you have bidders online, please introduce yourself and the company that you are representing. Miss Katrina Dapaclayon. I think, sir, we will just go back with Miss Dapaclayon later. Do we have, to our bidders online, to our representatives online, sir, let us start with Bansoy Construction Supply. Yes, sir. Please introduce yourself and the company that you are representing.
I am Engineer Raul Liwanag, representative of Bansoy Construction and Supply.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome. Sir?
I am Brian Valdivino, ma'am, from Judel Construction Supply and Merchandise from Butuan City. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
I am Usulita Obiliana from Judel Construction from Butuan City.
Mr. Chair, we will now proceed with the opening of bids, of the submitted bids.
Yes, please. I understand this for Butuan Airport Development Project.
Yes, ma'am.
Extension of the PTB.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Please proceed.
The first bid is from Bansoy Construction and Supply. To the representative, kindly acknowledge if this is your bid. Thank you, sir. So the submitted bid is properly labeled and sealed. Requesting permission to proceed with the opening, ma'am. Inside the main envelope are 3 envelopes containing the original legal and technical financial component, copy 1 and copy 2. Inside the original envelope are the original legal technical documents and the original financial document. The original legal and technical document has stabbings, paginated, and with signature in each page. Checklist, please.
Valid PhilJEP Certificate of Registration and Membership.
Certificate of PhilJEP's registration, Platinum membership, valid until July 28, 2022, submitted.
Annex A of the Certificate of PhilJEP's Registration.
Annex A, submitted.
Registration Certificate from the SEC or DTI or CDA.
DTI certificate, registration date, September 13, 2018, expiring on September 13, 2020, submitted.
Mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located.
Mayor's permit, expiring date is 31 December 2021, issued by the local government of Barotac Nuevo, Iloilo. Submitted.
Tax clearance.
Tax clearance, issue date February 24, 2021, expiring on 24 February 2022, submitted.
Statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any.
List of ongoing projects, submitted.
Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract.
List of single largest completed contracts, submitted.
Pickup license.
Pickup license, issued on July 1, 2021, valid until June 30, 2022, submitted.
Original copy of bid security.
Bid security in the form of bid securing declaration, signed and notarized, submitted.
For the project requirement, this shall include the organizational chart for the contract to be bid.
Project organizational chart submitted.
List of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract to be bid.
List of key personnel to be assigned for the project submitted.
List of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, or under purchase agreement.
List of required equipment submitted.
Original duly signed omnibus sworn statement.
Omnibus sworn statement signed and notarized submitted.
Certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case against the government.
Certification or affidavit of no pending case against the government submitted.
Legal clearance issued by the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service.
Legal clearance issued to Bansoy Construction and Supply, signed for Attorney Joseph Ray Gumabon, issued, which is valid until February 17, 2022, submitted.
Certificate of site inspection which shall be issued and duly signed by Ms. Evangeline Daba, Acting Area Manager of Butuan Airport or her authorized representative.
Certificate of site inspection issued to Engineer Corsino Odtohan of the Bansoy Construction and Supply, signed by the Airport Manager, Evangeline Daba, issued last August 6, 2021, submitted.
Attachment to the certificate of site inspection, company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection.
Tingin ng bid docs. Tingin ng bid docs. To the representative of Bansoy, sir, can you check here, sir, submission of the company ID, sir? Sir, pwede pa check. Wala po kasi kaming nakita, sir.
Sir, please identify if you have submitted the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection.
Sir, dito po, sir, pa-check niyo po.
Dito po, sir.
Yung requirement po natin, sir, is company ID. Pero wala pong PRC naman to, sir, hindi naman to company. Oo. Pa-check na lang, sir, kung wala para malagay po namin. Wala po. Okay. Mr. Chair, as confirmed by the representative of Bansoy Construction and Supply, there is no company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection attached in the submitted technical and eligibility documents. Ma'am, allow us to check the provisions under ITB, the requirement. Mr. Chair, under item under item 10.1K of the BDS, which provides that a certificate of site inspection duly signed by Ms. Evangeline Dava, Acting Manager of Butuan Airport, or her duly signed authorized representative, and this shall include the following documents as attachment to the certificate of site inspection. Number 1 is copy of the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection. And in item 10.1, at the end of the provisions, there is an express provision that bids not complying with the above instruction shall be disqualified. So as confirmed by the representative of Bansoy Construction and Supply, that there is no company ID that is attached in the submitted eligibility documents, the technical working group is hereby recommending to disqualify Bansoy Construction and Supply for failure to comply the requirements under section 10.1K of the ITB BDS for consideration and approval, ma'am.
May we hear from the members of the BAC, please?
I move for the approval or endorsement of the technical working group for the disqualifications of Bansoy Constructions Company.
Second the motion, Mr. Chair.
It has been moved and seconded. Do we have any remarks? Hearing none. Therefore, the board approves the disqualification. And may we know from the bidders if you intend to file for a reconsideration, sir?
Will file for reconsideration.
Magpa-file po ng motion for reconsideration, sir. Sir, with that, the BAC Secretariat will reseal your submitted bid proposal, sir. And it will be opened once the motion for consideration will be opened if it will be granted, sir.
Sir, just a reminder also that you are only given 3 days from today to submit your motion for reconsideration. 3 days from today, sir. You can email or you can send it directly to the Bids and Awards Committee office, back office, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
May we know if we have representative online from Big Joe to confirm the bid proposal as shown in your screen?
Acknowledge po.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, for records purposes po, ma'am, can you introduce your name and the company that you represent po?
I'm Katrina from Big Juice Enterprises po.
Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
The submitted bid of Big Joe Enterprises is sealed and is properly labeled. Inside the main envelope are 3 envelopes containing the original copy of the technical and financial document, as well as copy 1 and copy 2. inside the original envelope or the original technical component envelopes and original financial components envelopes. The original technical document is has tabbings, pagination, and signature in each page. Checklist, please.
For the technical component envelope, valid PhilJEP certificate of registration and membership.
Certificate of PhilJEP's registration, platinum membership, issued last October 1, 2021. October 1st, 2020, and valid until October 1, 2021. Submitted.
Annex A of the certificate of PhilJEP's registration and platinum membership.
Annex A submitted.
Registration certificate from the SEC or DTI or CDA.
DTI certificate issued last 18 May 2020 and expiring on May 12, 2025. Submitted.
Mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located.
Mayor's permit issued by the LGU Binalbagan Negros Occidental, expiring on 31st December 2020. Wait, let me check. Mayor's permit. Okay. No. Business permit. Ayun. Okay. They submitted also an updated mayor's permit, which is valid until valid until 31 December 2021. Submitted. Tax clearance issued September 18, 2020 and expiring on September 18, 2021. Submitted.
Statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any.
List of all ongoing government and private contracts. Submitted.
Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, similar to the contract to be bid.
Statement of single largest completed contract. Submitted.
PCAB license.
PCAB license issued to Bijo Enterprises, valid until June 30, 2022. Submitted.
Original copy of bid security.
Bid security in the form of bid securing declaration, duly signed and notarized. Submitted.
Project requirement, which shall include the organizational chart of the contract for the contract to be bid.
Organizational chart for the contract to be bid. Submitted.
List of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract to be bid.
List of key personnel to be assigned to the project. Submitted.
List of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, or under purchase agreement.
List of equipment owned and leased. Submitted.
Original duly signed omnibus sworn statement.
Omnibus sworn statement. Signed and duly notarized. Submitted.
certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case against the government.
Certification of no pending case against the government, signed and notarized, submitted.
Legal clearance issued by the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service.
Legal clearance issued to Big Joe Enterprises, signed by Attorney Joseph Ray Gumabon, ELS ADG 2, valid until February 5, 2022, submitted.
Certificate of Site Inspection, which shall be issued and duly signed by Ms. Evangeline Daba, Acting Area Manager of Butuan Airport, or her authorized representative.
Certificate of Site Inspection issued to Richard Vanario of Big Joe Enterprises, signed by Manager Evangeline Dava, issued last August 17, 2021, submitted.
Attachment to the Certificate of Site Inspection, copy of the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection.
Copy of the company ID of Mr. Richard Vanario of Big Joe Enterprises, liaison officer, submitted.
Copy of the airport or facility visitor's logbook.
Visitor's logbook in the name of Richard Vanario, dated August 18, 2021, submitted.
Picture of the proposed site, including the personnel who conducted the site inspection, together with the airport manager or officer in charge or his duly authorized representative.
Picture of the site of the airport, as well as the person who conducted the site inspection and the representative of the airport manager. Submitted.
Prospective bidders' audited financial statements showing, among others, the prospective bidders' total and current assets and liabilities, stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited or authorized institutions.
Audited financial statement, date of filing, June 15, 2020, submitted.
Prospective bidders' computation of net financial contracting capacity.
NFCC of Big Joe Enterprises in the amount of 451,185,927 pesos and 95 centavos, submitted.
If applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement.
JV not applicable. The technical and eligibility documents of Big Joe Enterprises is initially rated as passed. Mr. Chair and to the members of the BAC, the last bid that we are going to open is from Jodel Construction, Supply and Merchandise, Builders and Planners. Representative, can you confirm, sir, if this is your bid? Thank you, sir. The submitted bid is properly labeled and sealed. Inside the main envelopes are 3 envelopes containing the original bid, copy 1 and copy 2. Inside the original bid is the original technical and eligibility component envelope and the original financial component envelope. The original eligibility and technical document has tabbings and paginated with signature in each page. Checklist, please.
For the technical component envelope of Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise, valid PhilJEP's certificate of registration and membership,
Certificate of PhilJEP's registration, platinum membership, issued last February 16, 2021 and valid until 13 of March 2022, submitted.
Annex A of the certificate of PhilJEP's registration and platinum membership,
Annex A, submitted.
registration certificate from the SEC or the DTI or CDA,
DTI certificate issued date of registration is February 8, 2017 and valid until 08 February 2022, submitted.
mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located,
Mayor's permit issued by the local government of Butuan City and it is valid until 31 December 2021, submitted.
tax clearance,
Tax clearance issued thus January 22, 2021 and valid until 22 January 2022, submitted.
statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any,
Statement of all ongoing government and private projects, submitted.
statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract similar to the contract to be bid,
Statement of single largest completed contract, submitted.
PCAB license,
PCAB license issued to Jodels Construction Supply and Merchandise, valid until 30 June 2022, submitted.
original copy of bid security if in the form of surety bond, submit also certification issued by the Insurance Commission,
Bid security in the form of bid securing declaration, signed and notarized, submitted.
project requirement which shall include the organizational chart of the contract to be bid, for the contract to be bid,
Organizational chart, submitted.
list of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract to be bid,
List of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the project, submitted.
list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements,
List of equipment owned or leased, submitted.
original duly signed omnibus sworn statement,
Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized, submitted.
certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case against the government,
Certification under oath that they have that Jodels Construction Supply and Merchandise doesn't have any pending case against the government, submitted. Signed and notarized.
legal clearance issued by the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service,
Legal clearance issued to Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise, which is valid until February 12, 2022, signed for Attorney Joseph Ray Gumabon, submitted.
certificate of site inspection which shall be duly issued and signed by Ms. Evangeline Daba, Acting Area Manager of Butuan Airport, or her authorized representative.
Certificate of site inspection issued to Joselito Abellana, an employee of Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise, and this was issued last August 6, 2021 by Manager Evangeline Daba, submitted.
Attachment to the certificate of site inspection, copy of the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection.
company ID of Joselito Abellana, liaison officer of Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise, submitted.
Copy of the airport or facility visitor's logbook.
Copy of the visitor's logbook with an entry name, Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise, under the name of Joselito Abellana, dated August 6, 2021, submitted.
Picture of the proposed site, including the personnel who conducted the site inspection, together with the airport manager or officer in charge or his duly authorized representative.
Picture of the proposed site together with the person who conducted the inspection and the representative of the manager, submitted.
Prospective bidders' audited financial statements showing, among others, the prospective bidders' total and current assets and liabilities stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions.
Audited financial statement, date of filing, March 12, 2020, submitted.
Prospective bidders' computation of net financial contracting capacity.
Yeah. NFCC in the amount of 137,331,886 pesos and 92 centavos, submitted.
Duly signed joint venture agreement if applicable.
Not applicable. Mr. Chair, and to the members of the BAC, the submitted eligibility and technical document of Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise is rated as passed. Mr. Chair, we will now proceed with the opening of the financial components of the submitted financial components.
Kindly
First-
proceed.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. First is from Big Joe Enterprises. The submitted financial component of Bijou Enterprises has tabbings, pagination, and with proper signature in each page. Checklist, please.
Original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities.
Bill of quantities, submitted.
Summary of bid proposal.
Ano siya? Summary of... Ito ba yan? Materials? Saan yan? Please, Secretariat, can you read again, please?
Summary of bid proposal.
Hindi. Bid proposal. Ito. Summary of bid proposal, submitted.
Summary of bill of materials and cost estimates.
Summary prices for unit summary for unit prices for materials, submitted.
Summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid.
Labor? Bakit yan? Okay. Summary for unit prices for equipment, submitted, and summary prices for labor, submitted.
Cash flow by quarter and payment schedule.
Cash flow by quarter and payment schedule, submitted.
Original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form.
The financial bid of Big Joe Enterprises in the amount of 19,392,721 pesos and 85 centavos. Again, it's 19,392,721 pesos and 85 centavos with no discount and within the ABC of the project. The ABC of the project, Mr. Chair, is 22,347,533 pesos and 19 centavos. The financial bid the financial component of Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise has tabbings, pagination, and signature on each page. Checklist, please.
Original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities.
Bill of quantities, submitted.
Summary of bid proposal.
Summary of bid proposal, submitted.
Summary of bill of materials and cost estimates.
Summary of bill of materials and cost estimates, submitted.
Summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals.
Summary for unit prices for materials, submitted. And
Summary sheet indicating unit prices for labor rates.
summary for unit prices for labor, submitted. And summary for unit prices for equipment, submitted.
Cash flow by quarter and payment schedule.
Cash flow by quarter and payment schedule, submitted.
Original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form.
The financial bid of Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise in the amount of 22,344,816 pesos and 62 centavos with 21% discount. It's 22,344 pesos at 344,816 pesos and 62 centavos with 21% discount. Check natin. Sige. Ang bilis talaga ng engineer, no? 22, 344, 816.62 times 0.79, 17,652,405. Applying the 21% discount, the bid of Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise is in the amount of 17,652,405 pesos and 13 centavos. It's 17,652 pesos, 52,405 pesos and 13 centavos. So the here are the ranking. Here is the ranking of the bid submission. First is from the lowest submitted bid is from Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise in the amount of 17,652,405 pesos and 13 centavos. The second is from Big Joe's Enterprises in the amount of 19,392 pesos at 392,721 pesos and 85 centavos. Bansoy Construction and Supply was disqualified. So with this, Mr. Chair, the technical working group hereby recommends that the bid proposal of Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise and Big Joe Enterprises be subject to bid evaluation to determine completeness of bids and to ascertain any arithmetical or mathematical correction for consideration and approval of the Bids and Awards Committee.
Thank you, Secretariat. May I hear from the members of the BAC, please?
Mr. Chair, I move for the recommendations of a technical working group that the bid proposals of what's the name? Big Joe's and Jodel be submitted for bid evaluations.
Second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded. Any other remarks? Hearing none, therefore we proceed with the bid evaluation of Big Joe's Enterprises as well as with Jodel Construction Supply and Merchandise. So we maybe now excuse the bidders. Thank you,
Thank you.
bidders, for coming.
Please excuse our bidders online.
Are we ready for the next agenda?
Yes, Madam Chair, we are cleared already from our bidders.
Thank you.
Ma'am, the next item in our agenda is the presentation of TWG post-qualification report for the Kabankalan Airport Development Project Phase 2, which is the concreting of runway. This is a DOTR downloaded project. For the TWG, I will be presenting the outcome of the post-qualification evaluation that we conducted.
Please proceed. Thank you.
Secretariat, please confirm if you can now see the document on screen.
Yes, sir, we can see your presentation on our screen, sir. Let me confirm with
Can I just reshare it?
Yes, sir. Please.
Okay. Again, to the members of the Bids and Awards Committee, Charlie, good afternoon. And on behalf of the technical working group, I will be presenting the outcome of the post-qualification evaluation the technical working group conducted. So this is for the Kabankalan Airport Development Project Phase 2, which is the concreting of runway from station plus 8.84M to station 1 plus 280. So this is located in Kabankalan City in Negros Occidental, and the approved budget for the contract is 59,694,818 pesos and 40 centavos. The bids were opened last August 6, and the lowest calculated bidder is Kailana Resource and Development Corporation, which is located in Palalan, Lumbia, Cagayan de Oro City. The lowest the calculated bid of Kailana Resources is in the amount of 46,478,778 pesos and 24 centavos. So, here are our findings. First, for the eligibility documents, the PhilJEP Certificate of Registration, they submitted a valid and responsive Certificate of Registration, which was issued last May 31, 2021 and valid until June 5, 2022. For the certificate of the registration from SEC, DTI, or CDA, they submitted a responsive document, which is the Securities and Exchange Commission certificate under registration number CS 2011-27712, and the date of registration is May 4, 2013. For the business or mayor's permit, the submission of Kailana Resources is responsive. They submitted a business permit issued by the City of Cagayan de Oro, or the LG of Cagayan de Oro, and the business permit is valid until 31 December 2021. For the tax clearance, during the opening of bids, they submitted a tax clearance which was issued last August 11, 2020 and valid until August 11, 2021. It is responsive at the time of the opening of bids, and it is valid. For the valid PCAB license, they submitted, Kailana submitted a PCAB license for AAA General Engineering, and they are rated large A for roads, highway, pavement, railways, airport, horizontal structures and bridges, and what is only required is medium A, and the PCAB license is also valid until 16 August 2022, so it is responsive. For statement of all ongoing projects, government and private contracts, Kailana submitted 4 infrastructure projects under the DPWH, and all these projects has no negative slippage more than 15% and no slippages more than, no 2 projects with slippages more than negative 10%. So it is responsive. For the statement of single largest completed contract, they submitted a responsive requirement, and the title of the SLC, the project that they completed, is the proposed road network construction. This is actually a concreting of work as nature of work, and it is located, the project is located in Tumbler, General Santos City, with the contract amount, contract or project cost amounting to 180,377,000 pesos. So the submitted project is similar, is within the definition of a similar contract under our bidding documents, and it is more than the 50% of the ABC of the project. So it is responsive. For the audited financial statement, they have submitted an audited financial statement for fiscal year 2020, which was stamped received by BIR on May 17, 2021. So it is responsive. The bidders, NFCC, they submitted an NFCC amounting to 1,960,255,496 pesos and 3 centavos. It is more than the ABC of the project, so it is responsive. Since this is not a joint venture, thus the joint venture agreement requirements are not applicable. For the technical document, they submitted for the bid security, they submitted a duly notarized bid securing declaration, thus it is responsive. For the organizational chart for the contract to be bid, they also submitted an organizational chart with a minimum required technical personnel that is in compliance with the requirement of the project, so it is responsive. For the list of contractors personnel, they also submitted the technical personnel to be assigned to the project, and it is in accordance with the invitation to bid, so we rate it as responsive. For the list of contractors equipment units, the submitted list of equipment, all the required equipment to be used for the project and required under the bid documents are met by the bidder, thus we rate them as responsive. For omnibus sworn statement, they submitted a duly notarized sworn statement, so it is responsive. For the certificate of site inspection, a duly signed certificate of inspection was issued to Mr. Ian Ray E. Agustin, issued last July 30, 2021 by Engineer Angie Rose Gico, resident engineer of Kabankalan City Engineering's office. Mr. Chair, and to the members of the BAC, be it noted that in our previous meeting, Big Joe Enterprises actually questioned, or they submitted a letter questioning the site inspection of the Kailana Resources, stating among others that the one who signed the document, the site inspection, is not the authorized representative of the airport or the LGU. But in our post-qualification, evaluation, and site visit to Kabankalan Airport, we obtained a document. Secretariat, please, can we shift to the projector? We actually obtained a document from the City Engineering's office. They issued a memorandum order which provides that, which identified who will be the designated authorized representative or the project in charge for the Kabankalan Airport project. So for here, Engineer Angie Rose Gico, he is the in charge. The memorandum order was dated November 6, 2019, and with the subject supervision of project, and this was issued by Engineer Rachel Katage, the city engineer of City of Kabankalan. So under the name Engineer Angie Rose Gico, here is the project construction of airport runway of Sitio Kabankalan, Barangay Hilamonan. So he is the resident engineer, and also upon personal verification, the city engineer, Ms. Rachel Katage, confirmed that Engineer Gico is authorized to sign the site inspection for this project. So with that, the clarification of Big Joe Enterprises is now addressed, Mr. Chair. So the requirement for site inspection certificate is properly complied by Kailana Resources and Development Corporation. So the next requirement is for the company ID. The company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, Mr. Ian Ray Agustin of Kailana Resources Development Corporation, was also submitted and attached. So the submission is responsive. For the airport visitors logbook, they submitted a copy of the visitors logbook of the city engineering's office, and personally, Mr. Chair, we also obtained